While
Patience.
you wait.
So as I mentioned during the prologue, George Miller tied to Thor 5 is not exactly new. People have been talking about it for months, but this is a brand new rumor according to the editorial World of Real, which we have re-reported on briefly here at the channel a couple of times, but we don't really ever read on their accuracy. So for now, leave it in grain of salt territory. This is what they had to say. Last night, Old on Production Weekly had World War Hulk shooting in 2025. I decided to reach out to a few of my sources and confirm this bit of news, and what I got was quite a lot of information. Although plans are not quote unquote official at the moment, the goal is indeed to shoot the film this year. Mark Ruffalo is set to come back in the titular role, and his character will have a very busy year, as this coming February's Captain America Brave New World will set up World War Hulk for him, and a few months later, Thunderbolts will be a connecting branch for the character's first solo MCU movie. It's pretty wild how Marvel boss Kevin Feige hasn't given us a Hulk movie in the MCU yet. I get it that the rights were an issue and slow down the process, but there's honestly nothing that money can't buy when it comes to Disney. They'll nab the rights if they haven't already. Quick side note, by all reports, they have gotten the rights back from Universal, and now this is a possibility. Yes, guys, I realize he's talking about World War Hulk and not Thor 5. Give the scoop a minute. I will also mention that, again, this is not new. We have been hearing about World War Hulks for a while, too, and alongside those reports, reports that Marvel Studios obtained the rights in full for both Namor and Hulk back from Universal, opening up the idea that they could make another solo Hulk film, but this time, of course, it gets to be Mark Ruffalo instead of before, if you remember, it was Edward Norton. And here's the most interesting intel I gathered last night. Feige has reached out to numerous directors for World War Hulk, including George Miller. Additionally, Miller has shown interest in helming Thor 5, and it was actually his Furiosa star Chris Hemsworth who set up the meeting between Miller and Feige. Now listen, if this is true, A, it would be a huge score by Marvel Studios, and D, if he's actually interested, he's probably going to get one or both of these films. If you can go down a list of directors for Marvel Studios in Phase 4 and Phase 5, outside of some huge names like Chloe Zhao or known commodities in the superhero space, like Sam Raimi, they used the opposite of well-knowns, basically complete unknowns. Now, some people argue that's because Marvel Studios wants into this movie by committee, and they know if they hire a deterministic, a hard-headed, a visionary of a director, that they might be met with sort of pushback for things that the directors want to do. Look, Chloe Zhao insisted on shooting on location for a lot of Eternals, which actually inflated the budget. She's from the school of our house. It was super important to her. And while I totally agree that on location basically always looks better than a sound set, not from the point of view sometimes of producers at Marvel Studios